Okay, good morning. I see some folks in the comments, so I think that means we have contact, and we have three big arches of internet today, it says. So I think we're going to be good. I am looking forward to this. Good morning, everybody. Let me know if you are hearing me, because it's important that that be working as well. I think we're okay here. It does seem like I'm seeing folks in the comments, and so hopefully we are live and with you. And if you will please let us know that for sure in the chat, that's always helpful. I want to thank Sean Blevins for volunteering to help us out today with she's going to help us with the starting bids and the bid ends, which will really help me keep things a little bit more straight. And I think we're going to have a nice, fun time. And Dawn, I'm sorry you couldn't be at this one, but Pamela, I see you're here, and it's nice to see you again. And I've got that piece you bought yesterday boxed and ready for you. When you get a chance, let me know, and we'll get that sent out. WW, yes, I'm glad you're getting this watch from the start. LaDonna, it's nice to see you, and Brenda's here. Thank you, Brenda. I got your package from yesterday packed, and that's, in fact, I think it went to the post office already. Again, Sean, thank you so much. Diana, it's great to see you again. And Corrine, it's good to see you too. Southern Mermaid's here. Beth's here. Andrew's here. Hey, Andrew, good to see you too. Sounds Debbie from Chicago. Hi, thank you. Nice to have you with us too. It looks like things are cooperating and working today, so that's a good start compared to yesterday. Bree, hi, nice to have you with us. We're going to have some fun today because this is Just Breathe. Joyce is here. Hi, nice to see you too. Mary Feegley from Evansville. Oh, that's great, just up the road. Well, that's terrific. And we're going to have fun today because this show is going to be, hi JC, speaking of jewelry, JC bought a little blue choker from me yesterday, which just went to the post office, and I have a whole lot of costume jewelry, vintage pieces for you. I also have some boudoir items today. I've got dresser boxes, I've got a purse, I've got a couple of scarves behind me. The scarves, well, I didn't get to the ironing, so that will be for the Victor to have the thrill of. Adele, nice to see you. It is early in California. We're starting at noon Eastern time here. And yes, you do see Vera behind me there, Southern Mermaid. That is correct. So I'm going to try to do about 24 lots, and I'm going to try to do it within the space of about an hour. So this is going to move pretty quickly. Hi, Willie Joe. Good to see you. So what we'll do is I'll talk briefly about the rules of the sale, and then we'll get started. The way I do the sales, I don't do just in case. It is like an auction. It is, I usually run them for about 2 to 3 minutes. I will call fair warning with about 15 or 20 seconds left. Keep refreshing your browser. At the end of the bidding, I will say going, going, gone, and the lovely Sean will put in bid end. She'll be refreshing. That'll give it a moment to get to where it transmits. When it comes back to me, then we'll know who the high bidder is. There's a lot of items today that are choice between one or the other. If you are the high bidder on a choice item, you have the choice of one. If you don't take it, then at my discretion, I may offer the second one to the backup bidder. Critter Girl's here. That's great. Deborah Janet from Canada. Hi, nice to see you. We do ship to Canada, so if you see something you like, it's not too bad on this little light stuff. Auntie Christy, very nice to see you too. So, well, I guess we should go ahead and get started. And I guess what we'll get started with, because it's right behind me here. Oh, yes. No, just in case, and like Sean said, if you outbid yourself, we assume that it means, oh, you're afraid someone else is going to bid in and you're trying to put in a higher bid to protect yourself. So we will take your higher bid. So please bid what you really feel you want to pay for the item. And it's, like I say, it's just like a regular auction. So, okay. We're going to start with these two scarves here. I know they're kind of wrinkly, and because of that, and I apologize, they've been with me a few places and got used to pack jewelry. So they are going to start at $5 each, your choice. So $5 is the starting bid. Let me show them to you. The first one we have here is cute, and it was made in Japan, but it's 1950s or 60s, and it's acetate, and it's a sports-related theme, a whole bunch, and we've got Southern Mermaid at $7. Good morning, thank you for that. And we've got cheerleaders, and we've got the folks playing baseball in the stadium. It's really fun. So that is one choice. The other one that is up for choice is the Vera scarf. And they start at 5, but we've already got Southern Mermaid in at 7. Here is the Vera. It's a nice red, white, and blue. It's got a nice swoop to it, so you see some of the design. If you were to wrap it around, you're going to get a nice color splash, but it's a nice design in that it's abstract, so it's not going to conflict necessarily with some other thing that you're wearing. Whereas this, well, this is a little more specific, but cute as well. Southern Mermaid is in at 7. And I am going to go ahead and call fair warning on this. So if anyone else is interested in bidding, now is your chance, because we're getting close here for either the Vera in this hand or the cheerleaders in this hand. Willie Joe is at $8, so we'll get that up there. Willie Joe at 8. And like I say, get your last bids in, because these items are going to sell. We are going once. We are going twice. Southern Mermaid's at $9. Get your last bids in, because we are gone bid end. And we're going to get that bid end put in, and then we'll see who our high bidder is. And if they take one or both, we'll figure that out real quickly here. So we'll just wait for the bid end to come up, and then we will be able to tell you. And you folks who are the bidders, think about which ones you might be interested in. And let's see here. Okay, well, hang on a second. I know that, there we go. There's our bid in. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. And that's just great. Hang on just a second. I've got some noise in the background here I was not expecting. There we go. All right, so Southern Mermaid, you are the high bidder. Will you please tell us in the chat, do you want the Vera scarf or the cheerleader scarf, or would you like both? And then we will get those set aside for you. And if you don't take both, then we'll give Willie Joe the option on the back. And we're just going to give Southern Mermaid a minute. Vera Obsessed, yes, you did mention Vera right away, so I figured that the Vera one was the one that you were interested in. Willie Joe, if you are interested in the cheerleader, let me know, and we will get that one for you. So we're going to wait for a minute to let Willie Joe get that in. And in the meantime, I should tell all of you that if you are the high bidder, please send me an email at theantiquenomad@gmail.com. And if you do that, then I will get this invoiced, and we'll get things packed and shipped right away. And Willie Joe is going to take the other scarf, so we have 2 happy people. That always makes me happy. It's nice. That's part of the reason we do choices, because it's hard to guess sometimes what you folks want. And so that gives us an opportunity to do something that makes everyone happy sometimes. All right. Well, thank you very much. So next, we're going to do a choice of 2 1960s triple strand crystal Aurora Borealis necklaces. Now, when I say Aurora Borealis, look at the shimmer and shine, that carnival glass effect. It took them a long time to figure out that people would like that in jewelry. They didn't do this until the late 50s, early 60s. This one is 14 inches and has alternating beads. So you see there's rounds, and then there's some little sort of saucer-shaped ones in between. So that's the first choice. The second choice, again, same era, same style Aurora stones. This one is graduated stones. So you see that they go from smaller to larger. And I am writing it down. Thank you, Sean. I appreciate that. And this one's also 14 inches. So these are things to really go up on your neck high if you're wearing a higher necked shirt or dress, or if you're wearing a sweater, this is something that can go with it. And these are going to start choice at $10. So $10 is our opening bid, folks, and you're welcome to start with the bidding. We are at $10, or we are starting these at $10 choice. And they're both similar, but they've got a little bit of look difference in the look. This one I would say that the crystals are a little bit more tawny, and this one, well, they're both really pretty much about the same, I would say. But they're very nice, and I think that someone will have a lot of fun with them. And while you're, and again, starting bid $10. If anyone's out there for these, let us know, because we would love to have you have them. And in the meantime, I'm going to see if I can't switch on a little more light here. There we go. That might make things show up a little better. And so $10 choice. If anyone is interested, please go ahead and start us off. And if not, we'll move on to other items because we've got plenty of things to show you. So we will give you just a moment longer to see. I know we had a couple of these yesterday that sold, and maybe we filled our requests for them at that time. I have one like the first strand that was my grandmother's. Yes, a lot of women in the 50s and 60s picked these up. So a lot of people our grandmother's age like these because this was the new thing there. And we've got Beth Kemper at $10 as our first bidder. Thank you, Beth. That's great. And yeah, they really are beautiful. I mean, it's just a good look. Again, you know, look better on you than me. I've got a goatee and a big Adam's apple. So this is not necessarily going to be how it looks on you. But what's nice about these is they've got good catches. One has a silver catch, one has gold, and they go around like this. I'm going to go ahead and call fair warning on this. So if anyone else is interested, let us know. We have Beth at $10, and we are going once. We are going twice. And we are gone, and we're going to put in the bid end. And yes, it would be nice with the wedding dress. A lot of these are worn with wedding dresses. We sell a lot of the multi-strand to brides because it's more of a look. And we're just going to wait for the bid end to pop in there. And then I believe Beth will be choosing between the two of these. So Beth wants the one with the silver clasp. Okay, very good. I will put that aside for you. And we will... there is a bit of a lag today. There we got the bid in. That's great. Okay, so this one is for Beth Kemper, and thank you, Beth. All right, now we're going to do something that's kind of fun and swingy here next. Well, one of them is. This is going to be choice on earrings. Now, these earrings are a little different from each other, so it's a very obvious choice depending on your style. If you like things that dangle, these might be for you. I'll tell you what, I'm going to hold these up on a card just so you can see them and not see my face so much. There we go. Now you see how sparkly they are. So these are 1960s with the chandeliers that swing, and they have a nice rhinestone up at the top. They are clips. They dangle about 2 inches, so they're going to look like this on the ear. And whether you have short or long hair, they're going to really show because they drop. The other choice are gold tone. This is a very different look. This is maybe a more formal look, but they're very pretty. And gold stones are a polished mineral that we see, and we've even seen these used as inlays on tables and things, anywhere where you like a lot of sparkle. And those definitely have the sparkle. And they are clips as well, so they would go... Again, they're going to look a lot better on you than me. But, hey, we got to do product demonstration. So there we go. And up close, you get this. So this is a good look with short or long hair as well. So we're going to go ahead and get these started. These are choice for $10. So $10 is our opening bid. And the choice will be between the dangle chandelier balls and the gold tone. Both have a lot of sparkle and shine. It's just a question of what sort of mood you're in and how you're going to accessorize these. We see a lot of these sold for formal wear during holiday season. And we see a lot of these worn, yes, for formal wear, but also just anytime you want to go out and have fun. So start at $10. We've got the starting bid in there. So $10 choice, it's either the gold tone ear clips or the chandeliers with the ball. And yes, I'm a model. A model of something, yes. So $10 each. If anyone out there is interested, please go ahead and start the bidding. And we're going to hold these up where maybe you can see them a little better. There we go. All right. So Here is our choice. If anyone out there is interested, go ahead, and thank you, Sean. Sean's back. Sean's doing the refreshing and kind of helping us with our starting and bid ends today, and I'm very appreciative of that. Yes, I wish they were pierced too. You can convert them, but I realize that not everybody is able to wear clips. So if we have anyone out there interested, go ahead and put in that starting bid. Otherwise, we'll move on to other items. But I do think these are awfully pretty. And I especially like these, I have to admit. I like anything that swings and has motion because it's part of what draws the eye. And yes, they are both clip-ons. So if that is not for anyone here, then we're going to move on and we will look at some other items. And they are goldstone, Deborah. It's a polished mineral that has this. It's this very sparkly gold tone in there. And Vanilla Luxe at $10 is our opening bid. Thank you for that. We appreciate it. And we're going to let you folks keep looking and asking any more questions for a moment before we move on here. Let me hold one of these up by itself so that maybe you can get a little better. So that's what goldstone looks like. And that's what I've always heard it referred to as. You can see the polish on the side here. And so we're going to go ahead and call fair warning on these. We have Vanilla Luxe at $10 a choice. And so anyone else, this is your last chance. Let us know if you're interested because we are going once. We are going twice. And we are gone, sold, bid end. So it looks like Vanilla Luxe, you get your choice of these, and if you'll let us know which ones are for you, we will make a point to put them aside and get you an invoice. Again, if you are the high bidder, especially some of you folks who I haven't necessarily sold to before, or if you're not sure, please send your email and your PayPal or Venmo, Cash App, whatever you want to use. Send that to the antiquenomad@gmail.com. And she wants the dangly ones. Very good. Well, we're going to put those aside for you. And I will make a note right now. Good morning, Yvonne. Nice to see you too. And so Vanilla Luxe gets those for 10. Yvonne is going to be with me later. Well, I'm going to be with her on the Yvonne Thrifty Rich channel at 5 p.m. Eastern, and we are doing a whole presentation and sale of things that glow. And I'm really excited because when I was setting it up last night, I realized that I'm going to be able to take you folks through basically the evolution of uranium glass because I've got and other things that glow besides uranium because I have just about one example of each. So I'm very excited. I'm going to do it chronologically so you'll get a nice little lesson out of it. Anyway, you'll also have fun, I promise. Hi, Margaret Richardson, Christine K. We've got some new folks coming in. So let's get on to our next item here. Speaking of glass, now these are not uranium glass, but I am going to go ahead and put these up for bid next. These are Fenton shoes, and these are the shoes with the cats. These are going to start, and let's go ahead and start the bid at $10 each is going to be the starting bid, and we'll talk a little bit about them while you folks are taking a look and have a chance to bid. So, let's see. There we go. Hi, Pamela Blanchard. Nice to see you. So, we've got the choice at $10 starting bid between the green shoe here. This is green with the opalescent. The opalescent is a nice feature on here. They put a chemical in the glass so that when they blow it out, it actually goes opal on the edge. And Willie Joe at $10 is our first bid. Thank you, Willie Joe. We appreciate that. So there's this one. This is the rose pattern. I will have some, I think I might have some later with cats on them. If you folks are cat folks, let us know. We can put those up. Here is the rose-colored one, and of course this was a very popular 80s color. Both of these are 1980s, actually. This pink color was very popular then, and the green opalescent was as well, especially towards the late 80s. So they are both Fenton made, and the interesting thing is that These both originally came with paper labels, so I may be wrong. They may be 70s because they do not have the Fenton oval that I can see. Great Christmas colors. Yes, I agree. That would be fun. And hi, Nat. Nice to have you here. So Willie Joe at $10 is our current high bidder. And if anyone else is interested in these, please let us know, because we do want to keep the auction moving and get people a chance to see a whole bunch of stuff today. Star Lacy is at $12, our high bidder now. And I think these are, I just think the quality is so great with Fenton. You're going to see a lot of Fenton when I do the sale with Yvonne, because they did a lot of stuff that glows, and the quality is just really great. And then here is this other shoe here. We're going to go ahead and call fair warning, folks. So you folks who are in the bidding, or anyone who might like to be in the bidding, this is your chance to do it, because there's not much time left in this particular lot. So let us know if you are out there, because we are at $12 as our high bid currently. We're going to give one more chance for refreshing, and then we're going to wrap up the bids. So Star Lacy is our current high bidder at choice at $12. And we are, Traveling Benton is here. Hello. We are going once. We are going twice. And we are gone, sold, bid end. So we're going to put in the bid end, and we'll see if anyone jumped in at the last minute. Otherwise, Star Lacy is going to have her pick of these lovely Fenton shoes at a very good price. Okay, let's just wait for that. There's the bid end. And Star, if you'll please tell us if you are interested in the green opalescent, the mauve colored, or both. And we will be happy to put them aside. And if you don't take both, then Willie Joe, you'll be the backup. So we're just going to give Star a moment to let us know which one of these she would like to have, and we will take it from there. The rose one, okay, very good. So Willie Joe, if you are interested in the opalescent one, please let us know, because it is available to you if you are a fan of this color. Let me put down Star Lacy for the pink. And there we go. And we're just going to wait to see if Willie Joe is interested in the green opalescent, and then we'll move on to some other choices here. Hi, Sharon. Nice to see you. Well, you're late, but we're having fun, and we've got more to go. And Willie Joe will take the green. Very good. Well, that worked out well. It's nice when everybody gets what they want. All right. Let me put that one down as well. So our next choice, I think I'm going to do something fun, just because I think that these are really fun, and I want to show them. They're different from each other, but they both have a similar past, because they both come from the Second World War, and they both were made in the Second World War era because they were trying to save metal. They couldn't get rhinestones from Austria, and so they started doing figural pins out of plastics, like this guy here with the celluloid bananas, this little monkey here. I think he's got the greatest face. We also have, from the Second World War, the sailor elephant. These are going to start at, we're going to start these at $10 each. So $10 is choice, and you're welcome to start bidding on these. $10 is the opening bid. I'm going to put them against a card so you can see them a little bit better. There we go. They are really cute. The monkey has a little hook up there, so he could be used as a pendant, as you see here. He was originally made to hang on something, either as a pendant or actually possibly as a zipper pull. Those were very popular in the 1930s and 40s. You would actually put this on your piece of clothing and use it as your thing to pull your zipper. And it's hard because I can't see the screen. Am I getting this anywhere close? No. All right, now I can see. There we go. So that gives you a little bit more of an idea. So $10 choice on these. That's the monkey with the bananas. The other choice is the sailor elephant. These are both about 3 inches. Sativa Queen at $10 is our opening bidder. Thank you so much. And yeah, I just think this is great. They figured out that they could make really cute things by you know, basically guys were trying to figure out something to do for their wives because they couldn't get them jewelry. So they started carving and making stuff, and the jewelry maker said, hey, that's a pretty good idea. And it just went from there. So here are your choices. We've got Sativa Queen at $10 is our current high bidder. And we're just going to let this run a moment here. And if anyone else is interested, let us know, because we do want to keep moving along and let you guys see lots of things. So it's choice between sailor elephant and monkey. Oh, yes. Thank you, Sean. That's very good. You folks think of things that I need to think of. So here is the back. This one, being a pin, has a very simple clasp. It doesn't have a safety catch because they didn't really do those by then yet. This guy on the back, because he's supposed to hang as a pendant, he is just plain on the back. You just see the stuff where it was molded. So we are at fair warning. We are wrapping this lot up, so if you folks are interested in these, let us know. We've got one bidder now, and otherwise it will go to her for her choice, because we are going once, we are going twice, and we are gone, sold, bid end. And we're going to put that in, and in the event that no other bidders have arise, then Sativa Queen will be letting us know. If you would, please, you are the high bidder, and if you will let us know which of these you want, you may have one or both at that price as choice. So we'll just wait to see whether it's the monkey, the elephant, or if they're going to live together in perfect harmony. Okay, the monkey. I thought so. That's a pretty neat piece and rather unusual. So very good. I will put you down for that. And we are rolling here. Okay, so let's see what the next item up is. Okay, we're gonna do some pinks at choice here, and I'm going to give you your choice. Hang on a second. I have a very pretty 1970s pin, pink with the roses and the oval in the center. Let me get this on a card so that you can see it a little better. It's always a little tough with jewelry. I wish I had a million jewelry cards that I could just hold up one after another, but let me get this on here so you can see it without fingers or distractions in the background. Okay, so this one has a little bit of an amber tone to the stone. It has the little roses on the side that are painted in. Our other choice is this one. This one's a little larger. It's 2 inches. These are Austrian crystals, and it is marked Made in Austria on the back right there. So that's a very pretty little pin. These are both 1960s vintage, late 60s, early 70s, when these very bright, happy, hot colors were in. You can see on the back, again, it's just a simple clasp, and the same on the other piece. These are going to start at, let's get this going here, right? But these are going to start at $10 each choice. So $10, and we will just wait for you to take a look and make a bid. And let me make a note of what we're doing here, because we've got Austria, oval roses. Okay, so we've got a couple of bidders already. Corinne started us at 10, Southern Mermaids at 12 for choice, Vanilla Lux at 13. And let me get this to where, yeah, the one thing about these cards, again, is everything starts to flop. They're going to look a lot better pinned onto your blouse or dress or your piece of fabric that you hang on the wall and stare at your collection at than they will here, that's for sure. And yes, these are late 60s to early 70s. That is correct, Sean. Again, it's the choice between the oval one on top with the roses and the teardrop-shaped one with the Austrian crystals. And hi there, Tia Fane. It's nice to see you, and I appreciate it. I know you're not a jewelry collector, but we have a few other things coming up. We're going to do some boudoir items and a few glass pieces and some things that maybe will be up your alley, or at least fun to see besides jewelry. I really like the Austrian crystals in this one. I mean, you really get the Let me put up Korean as our current high bidder. And we are going to call fair warning here. So you folks who are interested, go ahead and refresh and put your final bids in because we are going to wrap this one up pretty soon here. Here is the one with the Austrian crystal. I think that's a very pretty piece and lots of sparkle. And then here is the one that is, this one is probably German. It doesn't say so where I can see it, but they did a lot of this sort of clustering at that point. It could also be American. $16 Twist of Fate is our current high bidder. And we are very close to the end here, folks. So do your last refresh and get your last bids in, because we have reached that time where these items are going once. They are going twice. And they are gone bid end. So we're going to wait for the bid end to come in and see if anyone else got a bid end at the last second. And then we're going to see who the high bidder is and let them have their choice. Do I post abroad? On these things I will, Accidental Viking. I've had trouble with shipping glass and things internationally, but jewelry has not been a problem. All right. Yes, thank you, Anne. Yes, it was your suggestion that I lose the quilt and put something a little more neutral over our eBay pile behind us, and so I found blue. And yes, it is better. You can see the things against it better. Okay, Twist of Fate, you are the high bidder at $16. Please tell us, are you going to take the oval with the roses? Are you going to take the Austrian crystal, or are you going to take both? So let us know what your choice is. Very pretty pieces. I love the quilt too, Sharon, and I do intend to try to sell it. We just had trouble yesterday with our internet, so I didn't get to as many lots as I had hoped. So, and yes, Sativa Queen, we do have an eBay pile. A lot of it is boring electronics and things from our various attempts at other cameras and stuff when we were first getting started here. Yes, a blue ghost, Teophane, that's right. So we're just waiting for Twist of Fate to tell us whether they want one or both of these. You want the bigger teardrop. Okay, very good. Let's see. Our backup bidder on that was Corrine. So Corrine, if you are interested in the smaller oval pin here, please let us know in the chat and we can put that aside for you. In the meantime, let me get this down. Twist of Fate is going to get the Austrian crystal teardrop. And good morning, Angels Vintage Treasures. Glad to see you here too. Okay, so Corrine, let us know about that if you get a chance in the chat, and we will move along here to our next choice, which I think we're going to do in honor of the fact that we do have the glowing glass sale coming later today. I think we're going to go ahead and we're going to put up a choice between two Fenton custard pieces. Now, these I did not save for the glowing sale, but these are Fenton's custard, and they will glow like crazy in a black light. Absolutely, really, really, really bright. The Fenton custard glows brighter than almost anything that I've seen under a black light because it's so dense and because it's opaque rather than transparent. It just really absorbs all of those black light rays, the UV rays. Hi, Benita Taylor. Okay, Corinne, sorry about that. All right, so these Fenton pieces, let's go ahead and get started on these. These are starting at $9 each, which is a real bargain for these. So $9 is the starting bid. We have the bell here, which rings very nicely. It rings like a bell, like it should. There is the Fenton label there. It does have its original crystal clacker in here. Sometimes people replaced these. Sometimes they even came out of the factory without one. And so you definitely want to check for those when you're buying the bells and make sure they're the right ones. This one is signed on the inside. This one is hand-painted by C. Evans. Certain people, certain of the people, especially the ones that painted the log cabins and the really intricate stuff, are very sought after on their own for the decorating now. And then this one is a holly pattern. This is going to be a great Christmas piece for somebody because it will, if you do blacklight, well, it'll glow and be very green, but it's also got this nice little holly design. And this one is also signed. This one is signed D. Johnson, and you see the Fenton oval on the label there underneath. Sharon Carter at $15 is our high bidder for choice now. Now, something that is a little bit of a myth that I had heard recently on YouTube and started to think, oh, this is true. I'm glad I didn't start saying it because I then went to the Fenton convention and learned it's not. The decorators, full signatures do not make a big difference, at least in the eye of the decorator. There are some collectors who prefer full signatures because they have the idea that that makes them earlier or scarcer. It actually doesn't. It turns out the decorators had their choice, and a lot of them, because they lived in a small town where they could be found, didn't want to put their full first names on things. So a lot of them chose to do initials out of feelings of wanting their own security. So that's the reason. We've got Sharon at 15. I'm going to go ahead and call fair warning on these because we are getting close to the end of the bid on this. So anyone else is interested, it's choice, and it is your choice. And we are getting close to the end of the bid on this. I wanted to put these up to remind all of you folks out there watching that I will be on Yvonne Thrifty Rich's channel at 5 o'clock Eastern, and we will be selling all things that glow. And I've got pictures of everything under blacklight. That'll be a lot of fun. Sativa Queen is at $16, our current high bidder. And so please refresh and get your last bids in. Sharon's at 17. And we have reached fair warning and are actually kind of past it. So put in your final bids, folks, because we are right near the end. We are going once. We are going twice. And we are sold, bid end. And if we can just get the bid end in the chat there, Sean has been really helpful today with that. Thank you so much. It's made it a lot smoother not having to try to put that in myself. And bid end, and Sharon Carter is the winner at $17. From what I see here, that appears to be the case. And let me go back to this. Sorry, just a second, folks. I'm trying to get my side view opened up here. Yeah, that's not going to work. All right. Well, that's fine. I can see you on here. So, Sharon, if you'll let us know in the chat which of these items, or both, that you would like at $17, and then we will offer the other one. Sharon wants the vase. Okay, Sharon got the holly vase for $17. So, Sativa Queen, you are our backup bidder. If you are interested in the bell, you may have the bell. So let us know that in the chat, and we'll just wait for a moment for that. Let's see, the holly bed vase is going to Sharon Carter for 17. There we go. And we'll just give Sativa Queen a moment to contemplate the bell and let us know about that. And while we do that, we'll get ready for the next bid here. And I think, oh yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and do a purse next. And the purse we're going to do today is a Whiting and Davis, but it's a little different Whiting and Davis than a lot that you see. And we'll go ahead and put it up here, and we'll show it the way it is. Did you want to see on the last item if one of the other bidders wants it? Yes, Sativa Queen was the other bidder, and Sativa Queen, if you're interested in the bell, do let us know. Okay, and thank you, Sean, for helping me, absolutely. Okay, so this is the purse. It's a Whiting and Davis, and what a fun pattern it is. Now, it's a big purse. I'm going to show you a few things about the condition first, because on the surface, if you're wearing it, it's great. And with a little leather treatment, it could be really great. But somebody really liked this purse, and they wore it to the point where there is some wear on the leather strap just there and just at the hooks. So I want to be upfront about that, because I don't want anybody to get this and say, oh, gee, but it's got wear around the leather parts. It definitely does. It's something where maybe with some leather cream or even a little shoe black, you could make that go away. And the reason it's worn there is because the woman who was wearing this really liked to wear it. And so there you go. But it is a really neat piece. I'm going to start this off at the rather low price of $20. So if someone is out there interested, it's got the big Whiting and Davis label on here. This piece is a 1980s or 90s style. Whiting and Davis is actually still in business, believe it or not. And so this is something they did in that period of time. You can see it's got the mark on the inside. And the inside is actually, considering it was used, the inside is very, very clean. It doesn't have any makeup or mascara. Oh, Sativa Queen, yes for the bell. Okay, I'll make a note of that. I will put it down right now. But anyway, this purse is definitely, it's something you could use and wear, but it's just got such a neat look to it. So $20 is the starting bid if anyone is out there for this. You can see it's got the Whiting and Davis labels on the inside. I'm going to go ahead and zip it back up so that you can see everything works well on it. You know, they just like to put it over their shoulder a lot, and so that's why the underside of that belt that strap is a little worn, but boy, it's a good looker. It's a neat design. I like these geometric patterns. It is the metal mesh that they are so well known for, with this screen painting on it that they first developed back in the 1920s and 30s. So it's a great piece, and if you are interested, let us know. We've got No Problem Sativa Queen, and we've got JC at $20, our original opening bidder. Thank you very much. It is a really neat purse, and again, you know, it's quite usable, and you won't feel bad about using it because someone else already has. But it is all there. The strap is strong. Everything is in good usable condition. So $20 is our opening bid, and we're going to call fair warning on this. So if anyone else is interested, now's your chance to get in, because we've just got a few seconds left here before we wrap up on this one. But this is a fun piece and a fun pattern, and I think someone's going to enjoy it. And it looks to me like it might actually be. And yeah, Yvonne, it is a great style. I love the colors. You know, it definitely would work with a few things, especially because of the black background. And yes, the name brand is definitely epic. So we are going to wind this up here. We are going once, we are going twice, and we are gone, sold, bid end. And so it looks to me like this is going to JC, and I think it's a great piece, and you'll have a lot of fun with it. Oh, we got another couple of bids right at the last minute, though. Let's see. We're going to wait. Bid end came in, and Yvonne Thrifty Rich, you are the high bidder at $25. So, okay. Well, very good. Thank you, folks. I appreciate it. Those last-minute bids sometimes shake things around a little bit on us. So, I am thankful and grateful for that. And it is a neat purse, and I think you'll have a lot of fun with it. Just like I say, put that leather cream or some sort of a blacken or something on the bottom, and you will definitely have fun with it. So let's see here. I'm going to go, let's see, we had our bid in. Let me go back down here, and let's go on to our next item. Our next item, you know, we're looking at lots of jewelry here, and I do want to actually do some more. So let's go with, you know, since that piece was a little more recent label, let's do something else that's a little more recent label, but a very good label. And one of these is a real sleeper. These are, let me get to my correct place here so that I can make sure I get this down. Let's see, these are, okay, here we go. These are Betsey Johnson, and Betsey Johnson was a really, really big thing. She came out of nowhere, and because she did a lot of whimsy and a lot of fun, she ended up with a really, really successful business until about 2011, 2012, and then things kind of went sideways. Well, now people are collecting her stuff. This one has the original Betsey Johnson label on it that you can see here. She was, of course, a New York designer, and she kind of turned New York fashion on its head by doing a lot of whimsy and fun things and not being so formal and stuffy, and I think that's why she was so popular in her time. These are going to start at choice at $15 each, so that is the opening bid, $15. And yes, I thought of Danny with the turtle too, although I actually put another turtle aside for Danny, so she hasn't seen this one. It's too bad she's not here. And boy, they're almost too good in terms of the reflectiveness, because they are kind of like shining right off the screen there. But $15 each is your opening bid. I'm going to show you these individually. Vanilla Lux is at 15, and Vanilla Lux knows what she's doing, because we'll start with the turtle, because yes, the turtle is very cute. It's fun. It's got good design. It's got lots of sparkle. The turtle hangs down about 2 inches. This doesn't open or anything. It's just open work on the back with the hearts. But it's a very cute little piece. And these typically sell, more like $30 and $35 are completed sales. Now this one is the one that I think is a sleeper. Some of these can sell for $75 and $100. This one is the B, and if you notice, the thing that's interesting is that it is mechanical. The thorax moves, the wings actually flap a little bit. So it is a little bit more detailed and articulated in that way, and that is something that people really look for with Betsey Johnson. And yes, you're right, the turtle does have a Bob Mackie feel, except for the open work. We currently have Beth at 25 as our current high bidder, and I know that we've got this piece here as well. So there is your choice. It's choice of the two. Vanilla Lux is at $27. I'm going to call fair warning here, so you folks who are into this, please think about what you're willing to pay and put in your high bid now. Because we don't have a whole lot of time left. We don't do just in cases here. It really is like a real auction, so sometimes you're going to get a bargain, but sometimes you might get outbid at the last minute. So if you like these, this is your chance. We've got Jolie Harrington at $28. Firefly Lightning Bug. Yes, I think it's supposed to be a happy version of one of those things. And $28 is our current high bid. And we are going to wrap this up here, folks. We are going once. We are going twice. And we are gone. Sold, bid end. So we're going to let that bid end come in. I'm going to give it a moment because I know there were a bunch of you. I'm sure there were some last minute bids. And in the case of a tie, the first person's bid who came in does get the first choice. So we are bid end, and Diana Cashin at the last minute, and I'm not surprised because I've met Diana and she has a taste for really cool and fun and funky, and so she is our high bidder at $38. And Diana, will you let us know, please, in the chat if you want one of these or both of these, and in the event of one, which one? And we'll just wait for that for a moment. These are really neat, and I just think they're a lot of fun. I think it's something, they're collectible now. I think it's definitely a bolo. I think it's something to look to for the future. Betsey Johnson's so well known, and that's a name that the memory of that name is going to last. And Diana would like both. Well, thank you very much, Diana. I think those are great. I think you made a good choice, and you'll have a lot of fun with them. And I like that they hadn't been worn, and one of them even had the label on it. So let me make a note of that. And Diana, I'm going to tell you what I tell everyone else, even though we've met and I know you, is that I need you to please go ahead and send, if you are the high bidder, any of you folks, please send your email and your PayPal or Cash App or Venmo, if you prefer, information to me at theantiquenomad@gmail.com. If I were a little smarter about this, I'd have figured out how to put that on the screen. All right. Our next piece is going to be a complete departure from jewelry. It is sort of boudoir related. It also might even be Christmas related, depending how you wanted to use it. And it is the oldest thing that we're going to show in this sale. It is a true antique. So let me grab her, because I think she's a lot of fun. And I thought she fit in well with the boudoir motif. And here she is. This is Austrian porcelain, and this lovely lady on this incredible sled is going to start at $20. So $20 is your opening bid. I'm going to put the card behind so you can see her face a little bit better. This came from an estate here in Kentucky. And I think she's just beautiful. A lot of these figures were made in the 1890s and around 1900, and so they typically have this bisque ceramic with a glaze on it. You almost never see a maker mark because they didn't have to put country of origin on back then. This is 1890s, and so it doesn't tell us who made it. But you can see in the face, and it's important with these because these were popular then, but you really want to look at the detail in the face. Look at the way the eyes are painted. Look at the way the mouth is painted. Look at the way the details are very, very meticulous. All the detailing and the sculpting in the hair, and then someone went over and painted all of that, and they had to fire it again. I like the green bisque porcelain here. We've got 3 of you folks who bid. Corinne started at 20, Carol came in at 20, Carol went up to 22. So 22 is our current high bid. I should tell you the measurements of this piece. She is, and I'll show you the back as well, she is 9 inches this direction, and she's about 10 inches tall and about 6 inches deep. So she's definitely substantial. If you wanted to put her in the boudoir, you could, and fill her with all sorts of things like maybe cotton balls, something soft that won't chip the edge. Or if you wanted to use her in a parlor or as part of a Christmas display because she's riding a sled, I think that's pretty cool. And there we go, 25, yes, I'm sorry, Sean, those commercials, boy. Yes, 9 by 10 by 6, thank you, I appreciate that. Yeah, I think this one's a really wow factor piece. I love that the back end looks like a shell. They were just, you know, the Victorians, you can say what you want about, oh, the excessiveness of the design, but they were really, really excited by the fact that they had all these new processes and they could do all this fine work and make all this detail, and they could do these very, very close designs in the molds. And so they really enjoyed doing these really heavily detailed pieces because it was the first time they could do things like this. So I'm going to call fair warning on this piece. We are up to $29, and Corinne K is our current high bidder. So folks, please get your last bids in because this lot is just about gone. She is, in fact, going once. She is going twice. She is gone. Sold. Bid end. We're going to wait to see who ends up getting her. We've had a couple of last minute bids, and we're going to see who ends up being the high bidder. We're just waiting for that bid end to come through. Thank you, Marianne. Nice to see you. There's our bid end, and it looks to me, hi, Miss Wildlife, you're here. Nice to see you. It's early where you are. So it looks to me like Carol at $42. Your bid came in at the very last minute, and Carol Bloom, you are the high bidder on this piece. I just need to make a note here, and I'm very happy this is going to you, and I know that I've got some of your information on file, but again, please, folks, I had a situation yesterday, someone who's bought from me several times. Apparently, sometimes the record keeping that I do with that, which I do it through the shipping, sometimes they time out and they get lost, and I had to actually contact her again. So please don't assume that I have your information. Please do send an email to me, theantiquenomad@gmail.com, and we'll get things invoiced and packed and right out for you. So, okay, well, that was a fun piece that was a little different. Let's get back to some jewelry here. I'm going to do a choice of 2 sterling pieces. And, you know I said I like to keep this to an hour, but, and I know there's another show that's going to start. I'm not going to step on them too much, but we do have some really fun things here I still want to show you. So if you are inclined, stick with me, and we're going to keep going a little bit longer. And let me put these two on a card so you can see them up against black. These are two sterling pins. They are both marked sterling. They do not have any other marks. And here they are. Oops, well, that always wants to happen with pins, but there you go. So it's going to be choice, and the choice is the piece here, the Lily of the Valley, which is about a 2.5-inch oval, or the slightly smaller swirled piece with the marcasites, which is about 1.5 to 2 inches as well. So these are going to start your choice, and they are sterling at only $12 each. So $12 is the opening bid. I believe that the Lily of the Valley is a 1960s or 70s design. It was very popular to wear a lot of oval pins on sweaters and that sort of thing. And we've got Miss Wildlife at 15 as our opening bidder. Thank you. And then the other piece that we have is marcasite, and it's a 1980s marcasite. There was a lot of interest. There was a big deco revival in that period. There were also a lot of people into marcasites because they have that sparkle that you see there. We've got both Sharon Carter and Miss Wildlife at $20 each. So we have a tie bid. In the event of a tie, it goes to the person whose bid came in first. Vanilla Lux, you're at 22. And yeah, I don't blame you. These are nice. It's nice to buy something with sterling because you've got a little bit of intrinsic value, and yet you still have the fun of costume jewelry because sterling is soft and malleable, so they can make fun shapes out of it. Miss Wildlife is at 24. And I am going to call fair warning because we are getting close to the end of this, and I want to go ahead and try to get some more things out to you in this sale. And Julie Gagney, nice to I know I'm saying your name wrong, I'm so sorry, but Julie, it's nice to see you. Miss Wildlife's at 28, and we are, get your last bids in, folks, because we are at that time. This is for choice, and we are going once. We are going twice. And we are gone, sold. So we're going to put in that bid end and see who our high bidder is, and they will get first choice. And so we'll just wait for one moment while that happens. I am going to try to do, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 more lots, so we'll spill over into the next hour a little bit. Miss Wildlife, you have your choice. You are the high bidder, and so if you'll let us know, please, your choice between the oval Lily of the Valley or the marcasite pin. And once you let us know, if you don't take both, then we'll let Sharon Carter have the chance at the backup bid on that. So we'll just take a moment for a little bit of housekeeping here because Miss Wildlife gets her choice of that, and she would like the marcasite. Okay, very good. Sharon Carter, if you are interested in the sterling Lily of the Valley pin here, please let me know, and we can put that aside for you. And she wanted the Lily of the Valley. Okay, well then I guess, again, everyone is happy, so that's great, Sharon. That worked out perfectly. So I will put Sharon down for that one. Oops, wrong line. Let's make sure, I want to make sure if I send you a yellow pin, you're going to be upset. Let me get this on the right line for you. Bear with me just a minute, folks. So we've got Sharon on the Lily of the Valley, and we have Miss Wildlife on the marcasite pin. Thank you so much. Okay, let's see. What else can we do that will be fun? I think, oh, you know, this is fun, and it's a little different. It's not a piece of jewelry, but it is a boudoir item, and I think it's really cute. And the reason it's a boudoir item is that it's something that you would hold your ties on or your ribbons. This is from the 19-teens. We're going to start it out at the very low price of $9. So $9 is your opening bid on this. Let me show you a little bit more up front here. So this is from about 1910s or so, and you have this very nice tipped-in picture, a print, a photo print of a boat coming to shore. This would have hung on the wall. The Gibson girls loved to wear ribbons in their hair, and so a lot of these little racks that you see may have been meant for ties for men, but they may equally have been used as ribbons. On the other hand, because this has a boat motif, you might have seen this in a man's dressing area as well, with the ties hanging on it. I just think they're really neat. I mean, I think of all the different things you could use them for. I see people using them to hang guest towels in bathrooms or wash rag in the kitchen or that sort of thing. And it is made of wood. I believe that it is walnut. It's an American-made piece. Here's the back. The bar's in good condition. And yes, there is. It's funny because it looks like there's. It does look like there's a woman standing in the middle as they're coming into shore. So I'm going to see there. And yes, thank you, Sean. I should have mentioned that I am shipping from Kentucky today. So Vanilla Lex, let me get this up really closely. And then you can see all the people who are on this boat. And Carol Bloom at $9 is our opening bid. And the boat is the Estelle, it says there. My granddaughter puts her swim team and horse showing ribbons on one. Oh, that's a really cool idea. What a great idea. I love that. So $9 is our opening bid with Carol. If anyone else out there is interested, please get in now and let us know, because I am going to keep these moving pretty fast so we can see a few more things today before we go. Let me see if we can find on my end the listing for this. So we are at fair warning. Carol is our bidder at $9. We've got Sharon in at 10. And this is, please go ahead and refresh and put your final bids in, because this is the last moment here, folks. We are going once. We are going twice. And we are sold. Bid end. So now we just wait to see who our high bidder is. We have two at 11, and Diana came in at 15. LaDonna was at 12. We're just going to wait for that bid end to get in and see who the high bidder is. And it is Diana Cashin at $15. You are the high bidder on that piece. Thank you very much. It's a great piece. I think you'll have a lot of fun with it. Again, I know you've already got a couple of things for me, so do send me that email with your contact information. And let me just put down quickly boat ribbon holder. Ribbon. And it's Diana at 15. Very good. Thank you very much. Let's see here. I am going to put up another piece really careful here. Yes, great for hanging jewelry on, I agree. Necklaces. I should have actually thought of that. That's a very smart idea. Okay, I think we'll do something else that's a little different, but cute and fun. This is going to be choice again. And this is a choice of dresser hand mirrors. I figured since we're doing boudoir, it'd be fun to do a few non-jewelry things. Will I be selling the Seattle plate in one of your lives, George? No, actually what I'd like to do is, because I know you're out there and I bought it with Seattle area people in mind, and you're getting other things, if you'll please make a note of it again to me in the email, I will just give you a price, and if you like it, you may have it, because I know you're right there in Seattle and that you had commented on it, and it seems like it's meant for you. Okay, so here is our next lot. It is a choice of hand mirrors, and these are starting at the very low price of $6 choice. So $6 is the opening bid, and I'll show you them individually so you get a little bit of an idea about them. Let me show you the front, and no, not that bad. I actually showered today before this. These are really nice. I think they're great. I think hand mirrors are really fun. They're the part of dresser sets that sometimes survived because people would wear out the brushes and the combs, and then they'd throw those pieces away. But sometimes the mirrors last. And Carol Bloom at $6 choice is our opening bidder. Now this one You see it's got one tiny little nick here. You could color that in. I didn't want to. I wanted to show it to you just as it is. But this one is a neat piece. It's a very Art Deco design. This would have been part of one of those big boxed Art Deco dresser sets from back in the day. And Sean, they're not Bakelite. One of them is celluloid, and I'll show you that one in a moment. Now, this one is metal, and it's got this nice chrome on it. It's got this black handle, a very neat deco look all the way around. And I see our high bid now, I believe, is Miss Wildlife at 20. Oh, you have the whole set of this one in green. Oh, that's so cool. And yeah, oh, probably this one in green because they did the celluloid in green too, yes. So here's the other one. This one is celluloid, and Narcissus can enjoy looking at himself while he talks to you from behind the mirror. Actually, I would rather not be staring at myself. I get to see all of my imperfections up close, but that's okay. Mirrors are good to help us get out the door and look all right. This is celluloid. It's got good color. It hasn't lost a lot of the color. People would hold these and sometimes it would fade out. Celluloid is the earliest form of plastic, and by the 1920s and 30s when this was made, they were able to do it with this neat depth to it where it has this, it just sparkles in the background, and this one's a two-tone. So celluloid plastic all the way around. The mirrors are good on both of these. Oh, look, you can see me infinitely now. So we were at $20. I'm going to call fair warning on these. It's $20 choice. So if you're interested in these, bid now or else Miss Wildlife is going to have the choice. And we are going to let you all refresh once, and then we're going to count it off here. I don't actually count. I just say, like a real auctioneer would, we are going once. We are going twice. And we are gone. Sold bid end. And we're just going to give a moment for the bid end to come up and see if any last minute bids came in. Our high bidder at this point is Miss Wildlife. And there is the bid end. And so, Miss Wildlife, it is your choice. Choice on mirrors, the chrome or the celluloid or both at the $22 price. And if you'll let us know in the chat which one you would like, then we will offer Patricia, the backup bidder, the option of the other one if you don't take both. So we'll give you just a minute to contemplate that. And she wants the chrome one. Okay, very good. So I will make a note of that. Chrome. Miss Wildlife. And if you will let us know, Patricia, if you are interested in the celluloid mirror as the backup buyer, and you said the other, so I guess that we got it. An infinity of me imagine that. Well, yeah, I don't know if that's a good thing or not, Diana. Okay, and Patricia, I know, I don't think that I've gotten to sell anything to you before, so again, please send your information to me, theantiquenomad@gmail.com. I need your shipping address and your PayPal or Cash App or Venmo information, depending how you want to pay, and we'll get those invoiced and out to you right away. All right, I'm going to do a little bit more jewelry here, maybe another lot or two, and because we just, boy, I put so much aside for this, and gosh, there's enough interest that it's taking longer to go through the bids. We haven't done any bracelets today, so let's do these. This is going to be choice again, and we're going to start these at, let me find my bracelets. Yes, there we go. We're going to start these at $10 each choice. We have the choice of two, and they are rather different from each other. On this arm, we have this piece, which has a nice clasp, and it's actually a little bit on the larger side. It's about 7 inches, which is larger than a lot of bracelets run, which is nice. And so $10 is the starting bid on this. It's got those great black and white channeled rhinestones. And let me, very Hollywood, yes, I like rhinestone jewelry, I have to admit. I like the old vintage 50s, 60s era rhinestones a lot. I got into jewelry because I was a glass guy, and I began to realize that there's a lot of really neat glass in jewelry, and the way it's made is interesting. It's got a very good, strong catch there. So there it is. That is one choice. The other choice, and we've got Brenda at $12 as our opening bidder. The other choice here, which is about a 6-inch bracelet, is this one. And this one's fun because these are little art glass beads with colors in them. And so you've got a whole bunch of happy colors. You've got a rich ruby, you've got cobalt, you've got capri blue, and you have the green. And I think this is a very pretty piece. Now this piece is signed, so let me tell you who the maker is. I think I know, but I want to make sure. Yes, it is a Monet piece, and it is signed on the clasp. So there is the clasp and where it says Monet. So $15 is our current high bid, and it is going to be choice for these two. And I'm going to go ahead and call fair warning because I do want to get some more lots in, and I know that you folks are interested in this stuff, but I think you're going to like some other things too. So we've got a couple bidders on these. If you want to put your final bids in, please let us know because we would really like to have you have the opportunity if you want these. And we are going once. We are going twice. And we are gone. Sold, bid end. So we're going to let that bid end get in, and then we're going to give a moment for the high bidder to let us know which one they want, and if the backup, and there will be a backup if that happens. Okay, the bid end came in, and Carol Bloom at $16. You are the high bidder. If you will tell us which your choice is, whether it's the black and clear crystals from the 1950s or the Monet piece, which is 1980s, she would like both. Well, that was very easy. Thank you, Carol. Those are both for you. And let me make a note. Carol Bloom gets those at 16 each. So that's great. Now with all this jewelry, I think I see something here we should definitely take a look at. We've got pins again. We have one from the 1940s and one from the 1960s. And so it's going to be choice. And I think they're interesting. I find figural pins do really well. And the choice on these is going to start at, let me see where my starting price is. Sorry, folks. I was organized once before I started this. And I will be organized again someday. Maybe by the time I die. Let's see here. We've got, yes, there we go. Okay. We're going to start these at $12 each. So $12 is our starting bid. And I'll tell you a little bit about them. And you're welcome to put your bids in now if you see something you like. So we'll start with this one. This one is, these little flowers are all press molded. They're to look like coral, but I'm not sure that these are coral. I think that we're looking at plastic by this time because, again, this is 1940s. It's the Second World War. They can't get the rhinestones. They're trying to figure out how to give people style and bling without rhinestones, and so they start using a lot of other materials. And I think it's got a neat look. We've got $12 as our opening bid. Thank you, Vanilla Lux. And I like the detail on this. I've always been fond of these floral clusters. It's big and it's showy and it's nice fall colors. This is about 3 inches, so it's rather on the large side, 3 inches by about 2.5. Then the other one is the grape cluster. And I sold one of these with a Swoboda mark for $60 a few months ago. So this one starting at $12 is a real bargain. If you like the grapes, they're very pretty. This one is not a Swoboda piece. This one does not have a signature, but it seems to be very well made. And the little grape clusters are actually little jade stones. So this is a nice quality piece, and it's got a good look, and again, it's got a little shake and shimmy, and I always like that. So here's the choice. We've got a $12 bid currently, and I'm going to show these again once at a time because they're rather different from each other and let you guys have the chance to pick. Let me put this one on the card so you can really see how it would hang. and how it might look against a dark piece of clothing, which is probably the right way to wear this one because it's a nice formal looking piece. We've got Carol at 13 as our high bidder. Corinne, you're at 13 too, but Carol was in first, so she's currently the high bidder. There is the grape cluster, and I just think the colors are really great. Corinne is at 14. And let me take that off, and we'll put the other one up against the card so you can see it one more time, because it definitely pops a lot more when you have it against a dark background. Sharon Carter at 16 is our current high bidder. And I can see why, because these are both neat pieces. It's going to be choice, and it's going to be soon because we are at fair warning. So if you folks are interested in these, please put your high bid in now, because they are going to sell to somebody. And yeah, it really would look great on a velvet hat. And a lot of people are wearing brooches in ways other than to, just pin on a coat or something like in the old days. I see people wearing it. Well, one of the reasons that they became popular again in the 90s was because Sarah Jessica Parker inherited her grandmother's, and she walked into a taping of Sex and the City and she had them pinned on her jeans. And she said, "Oh, I've got to get ready. I'll take these off." And they said, "No, that looks cool." And so she left them on, and the next week, the New York vintage stores were crammed with people looking for vintage costume jewelry. So, $17, Corinne, 18 for Sharon. We are at 16 for Sharon. Corinne at 17 is our high bidder, and we are going once. We are going twice. And we are gone. So whoever's got their bid in, we're going to wait for the bid end, and then we're going to let them have their choice. We currently have our high bidder at 22, and we're just waiting to see where the bid end comes in and who gets these pieces or gets their choice. And there's the bid end. So Diana, at $22, you got in at the last second, and if you'll please tell us which of these pieces, one or both, that you would like to have, and if you just take one, we'll offer the other one to the backup bidder. So we'll just wait for a moment to let you know, and yes, that's who I see too, Sean. I think you got it right. And again, Sean, thank you so much for jumping in and helping with this. Sean's volunteered to help tomorrow, so I'm really thrilled with that. Tomorrow is going to be a fun sale at noon Eastern right here on this channel. And Diana wants both. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. They're both really cool pieces in different ways, so I think you'll have fun with them. Yes, we will be back tomorrow. Tomorrow is our back to old school sale, and so we do have a lot of things that are sort of youth oriented, but we have a lot of other things too in that sale. It's going to be a fun mix, and I think that we'll have a good time with it. We've got a bunch of old Wizard of Oz books, for example. So okay, let me get down the, okay, we've got Diana for both of these, and those were at 22 each. Thank you very much. We'll get that all settled later. I want to try to do a couple more lots. I figure we'll go to about 12:30 my time, which is 1:30 Eastern. So that'll give us a chance to do a few more things. I wanted to mention again that, in fact, I think we'll put this piece up next. I am going to be on Yvonne Thrifty Rich's channel at 5 p.m. Eastern today. We're going to do a big live sale. I've got 15 lots put aside, and it's all stuff that glows under a black light or is glowing in some other manner. It's a glowy sale. I'm really excited about it because when I looked at my inventory, I have just the right things that in my 15 lots I can kind of take you through an evolution of that glass and those glowing things and talk about why things glow and why people thought that was interesting. So I'm really looking forward to doing it. So here is the piece that we're going to do now. This also glows under a black light like crazy. This is a Fenton custard or Burmese basket, and we're going to start the bidding on this at $25. So $25 is your opening bid. This piece has some really great stuff. Now, first of all, it does have a full signature. For those of you folks who like to see the full signature, this one is painted full signature, Gloria Fionn. Oh, and Robin, thank you. Yes, please send your address to me at theantiquenomad@gmail.com. Can I combine shipping for today and tomorrow? Absolutely. And I will be happy to do that. So if you bid today and win, if you bid in Yvonne's sale with me and win, if you bid tomorrow at noon and win, or if you bid tomorrow evening, because at 8 o'clock we're doing the Fenton convention wrap up, and I have a whole bunch of really high end Fenton pieces to show you and sell you there. So we can combine shipping from all of those sales. Currently, we have Margaret Richardson. We had Julie at 25, but we have Margaret at 35, and she is our current high bidder, and now Julie at 40. One thing I think is very likable about this is it's Burmese. Fenton came out with the Burmese quite a while after they had done the custard glass. This was very popular with them in the 70s in particular, because they figured out that they could do this nice edge, sort of like they, in the old days, they did Rubina edges. Well, they figured out if they did that uh, with this carnival color, that you'll get a darker edge with the pink. If you show it in a black light, you will actually see all the features, and you will see this darker because of the way it goes. So if you're a black light fan, that's great. And Margaret Richardson is at $45. You'll notice a little impression here. The impressions on the handles varied depending who put them on. They called them handlers, and there were people in the factory whose job was just to put handles on baskets because it had to be done in just the right way while the piece was still hot so that they could fuse together so that the thing didn't fall off when you picked it up. And so, and that's why, by the way, you really shouldn't pick up a glass basket by its handle initially until you check it out and make sure it's well put together. We're going to go ahead and go to the fair warning here because we do want to get some other things in, but this very beautiful piece is going to sell, and it's going to sell soon. We have Margaret Richardson at $45 as our current high bidder, and this piece is going once, it is going twice, and it is gone, and we'll put in the bid end, or I should say the lovely Sean, who has been really helpful. Thank you so much, putting things in like, please update your information and email no matter what. Please send to the Antique Nomad at Gmail if you are the high bidder. We've got the bid end, and thank you very much. I believe that is going to Margaret Richardson. And Margaret buys very nice things, I have to say. I've gotten the pleasure to sell her a few things, and boy, she does have good taste. Of course, you know, she shares my taste, so I would say that, wouldn't I? Okay, let me put down Margaret for 45. I think we have time for a couple more pieces here. I think we will do, well, we should do some more jewelry first. Let's do that. I'm going to put up a piece that I think is really neat that has had, well, let me take a look here. Okay. So this one has the appearance of an old Bakelite pendant, but I have not tested it, and I think it's actually just carved in plastic. It's a very pretty piece, though. I think it's carved celluloid, and the beads here are these turquoise beads. Now, this piece had an extender put in, so it has a more recent catch because the person thought that the original was small and they wanted to add to it, and I don't blame them at all. This piece is starting at $20, so $20 is your opening bid. This particular piece is a 14-inch chain, so it is going to sit fairly high. So you're just going to see beads and the flower when you wear it. Let me get up where you can see how that lays. And it does look a lot like coral, actually. It looks a lot like coral, but age on this, I have to be truthful, Leah. At first I thought this was an older piece than it is, and now I'm thinking it might be a 1980s piece, even though it has the look of older. I think it's a revival piece. So $20 is our opening bid. If anyone is interested in this very pretty rose necklace, that will get us started off. But yes, Leah, I do think that was a very good question. When I saw the extender at first, I thought, oh, well, it's an old piece with an extender. And now I think it's actually probably a later piece with an extender. but it is still a pretty piece. And if anyone is out there for it at $20, go ahead and put in that bid. Otherwise, we'll find some other things to show you folks while we have a few minutes left here. So I'm going to actually, I'm going to set this down just for a moment. And if anyone is interested in that piece, do let us know. But I'm going to grab, since I don't see any bids right now, I'm going to grab something else because I want to take advantage of the fact that we've got a few more minutes and try to get some things on here that you would like to see. So I think what we'll do, yeah, I know. Okay, here we go. And yes, thank you for the nice comments for Sean too, because she does this for several channels, and she just jumped on this morning and volunteered, and I'm so grateful. And she does that for a lot of folks, and it's really, really kind. We do definitely appreciate this. I like these quick sales too, because you get to see a lot of things, and we just get on there. Google says my PayPal account number is my email address. Is that actually correct? It probably is. That's usually how it works on PayPal, unless you signed up on PayPal under another email at a different time. Okay, so here is the 1970s in 2 pins, and we are going to start these pins at, let me see here. We're going to start these at $10 each. You are welcome to start bidding, and I'll tell you a little bit about them while you do. These are 1970s. You can tell, obviously, the black and white flower because it's that enamel from that era that people really like. It's about a 2-inch pin with a brown center there, and so that's a fun look. And then the other one is a floral cluster. Also enameled, this one's set with rhinestones, so it's a bouquet, essentially. And that would be fun to wear to somebody's wedding, for example. We have JC started off the bidding at 10. Beth is at 12. This is for choice. And Sativa Queen is right. You can always pay as a guest at checkout. Miss Wildlife at $15 for choice is our current high bidder on these. And it's a nice selection. A friend of mine years ago, when this stuff was not in style, started picking it up and said, you should buy these if they're not chipped, because people are going to love this look again someday. And boy, was he right. He went to a show in Spokane and sold like 100 of these pins. And they are very popular now. And I like the floral cluster because it's just a little different. It's definitely that same era with that same enameling and that happy yellow color from the time. But the rhinestones definitely give it a little bit of pizzazz. And so I think they're interesting pieces. I'm going to go ahead and call fair warning. We have Miss Wildlife at $15 as our current high bidder. So you folks go ahead and refresh and get your last bids in if anyone else is still interested in competing for these, because we are going once, we are going twice, and we are gone. Bid ends. So we're going to see who ends up having first choice on these. Is there somewhere a link somewhere for the pin I bid and won the bid for? No, actually, twist of fate, what you do is you send me an email to the antiquenomad@gmail.com and just put in your mailing address and your PayPal information, or if you prefer Venmo or Cash App, I can bill you that way. And then I will be able to send you an invoice. It's as easy as that. And the last minute, Beth Kemper at $24. You are our high bidder. If you will please let us know which one of these you choose. And if you want both, you may have them. And if you just want one, then we will offer Miss Wildlife the second one as the backup bidder. So we'll just give you a moment to let us know in the chat which one you're interested in. And you want the big flower. Okay, that is this one. All right. So Miss Wildlife, if you are interested in the bouquet, it is still available. Please let us know in the chat. Oh, you wanted the flower too. Okay, very good. Well, I guess that usually the choices are great. Oftentimes everybody gets everything they want once in a while. Well, it doesn't always work out that way. But let me make a note here. Beth Kemper is the high bidder on that piece. and we can get that right out. And let me see, I would like to try to do maybe one or two more lots here before I go on, because I've got to get ready for Yvonne's sale soon. But I think I know what we'll do. We'll do, yes. Okay, so Miss Wildlife says, I want the other pin, George. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, that's wonderful. Okay, I will put, everybody did get what they wanted. Well, isn't that nice how that worked out? It was a good thing I took a break there. So Miss Wildlife, yes, I'm putting the yellow pin aside for you. That's great. All right. So now I am going to do this choice here, which is dresser boxes and jars. And the choice is between very formal or very fun. And formal can be fun too, but we have a big contrast here. These are starting at, let's start these at $15 choice. So 15 is the opening bid. And the choice is between this Wedgwood dresser box in the very pretty green jasperware. This is going to be a 1950s piece. It's got great design. It could be 60s actually, but they did a lot of the green in that period of time. It was very popular then. It was very pretty. Now this could have been used on a table as a cigarette box, but a lot of people use these as little jewelry boxes or keepers on dressers now. We have Carol Bloom at 15 is our initial bidder. And I will show you, this one's great because it's got a lot of relief, and I love the wings on that angel in the middle there. Brenda Brumby at 20 is our high bidder now. I know Brenda likes the Wedgwood. I have to admit, I thought of her when I saw this piece. There is our Wedgwood mark on the back. Now the other choice, if you are into more of a fun, happy modernist look, is this early 1960s silver polka dot dresser jar. And this would be to put scents or powders or fragrances or maybe cotton balls or little things. And you can see that the silver is fired on. So it's kind of like Silver Fade by Dorothy Thorpe. We've got Kim Conley at 25 as our current high bidder, and this is for choice on these. The polka dot jar is about 5 inches tall, and the Wedgwood box is about 4.5 or 5 inches square. And we're going to call fair warning on this. So folks, please do refresh, get your last bids in. Let us know if you are interested in these. Let us know your bid price and what you're willing to pay, because we're going to wrap this up real quick here. We are going once. We are going twice. And we are gone, sold and bid end. We're gonna let and yeah, I agree, Garden Magic. That's why I put them together as a choice. I know they're very different from each other, but they're both very likable in different ways. And so we're gonna see Kim Conley. You are the high bidder at $25. If you will please let us know in the chat which one of these you're interested in. And if you don't take both, then we will let the backup bidder have access to the next one. I am just going to give Kim a minute to let us know here. And while she does that, I would play a little hold music, but you know, it's YouTube. You have to be careful on that. So we're just waiting for Kim to let us know which one of these that she wants, and if she doesn't take both, then we'll give Brenda Brumby the chance for the second piece. So just waiting on that. And while we do that, let me make a note. Okay, Kim would like the Wedgwood, and I have a sneaking hunch that that was the one that Brenda wanted too. Sorry about that. So I guess we're going to sell the polka dot at another time, but Kim, you are the high bidder on the Wedgwood. Thank you very much. All right. Let's see here. We've got, I think we're going to go ahead and do one more lot here. This is lots of fun. I could keep going on and on and on, but I'm going to be going on and on today because I will be with Yvonne Thrifty Rich doing the All That Glows sale at 5 o'clock Eastern. And if you're, I will have my premiere of my Wednesday video tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. And then right after that, I believe it's at 9 p.m. Eastern, any of my level 3 members will be having our monthly member chat. So we've got a lot on tap today. Okay, these two pieces are going to start at $10 each for choice. They're very... Oh, and I'm sorry, Carol. I did not see Carol in there near the end on that one. Any glowing jewelry? I don't have any glowing jewelry, but it is entirely possible that Yvonne does because she looks for that sort of thing. In fact, I'm pretty sure she does. I think she told me she did. Okay, here we go. So here is our choice of the two pins. And these are both signed, and these are both modernist swirly designs from the 1960s and 70s in gold tone. Julie, no, I have the beautiful crown compote right here with me. I can show you that in just a minute. Let's see here. I'm going to, okay, we're starting these at $10 each, your choice. So $10 is the opening bid. Let me show them to you individually. I want to read the maker name on this one. Okay, yes, this is a company called Emmons. And Emmons was really known for a lot of this big swooshy rhinestone jewelry with these very dramatic designs. This is what they like to do. I've seen things that look like giant starbursts and Sputniks from them. In fact, I sold one of their Sputnik-y looking pins for, I think, $50 at a show in Florida earlier this year. So there's definitely collectors for these. There's what it looks like up on black. So that's a pretty piece. And again, $10 starting bid on that. It's a large piece. It's about 4 inches wide. Our other choice is also signed, and the signature on this one is, I want to make sure I get this right. I almost said Coro, but I think it's actually Capri. Yes, that's right. Capri and Coro signed their pieces pretty similarly, so you really have to look twice. And here's what this one looks like. This is also large, and it is about 3 inches, and it can be worn in a lot of different directions. So I think for a lot of people, they would wear it this way like a feather. You could also wear it like this. And so $10 each is the starting bid. If anyone is interested in either of these signed pieces in the gold tone, please let us know now. Otherwise, we're going to show off that crown piece that Julie asked about, because we have it right here, and it is definitely something we can do. And we have Beth Kuchera at $15 as our opening bidder. Thank you very much. I think that's pretty smart. I do think actually at these prices there's room in it for resellers because they are both signed pieces and they're large. Sizes and shapes are helpful in terms of selling jewelry, I find. If it's little and round, well, people have a lot of little round stuff. They want to see other things. So we're going to call fair warning on this. If anyone else is interested, please let us know, because we are nearing the end on this one. I'm just going to look for my place to write these in. Please read Kim's message. That is between you and Brenda. If you folks decide that, Brenda will have to tell you and then tell me, and we'll make adjustments. But that's up to you folks. You folks are very nice to each other, I have to say. So we're going to roll this one to a conclusion here. This one is going once, going twice, and gone bid end. And unless someone else bid at the last minute, I believe, Beth, you are going to have your choice of these. So I'm just going to wait for that to come through. And because we had some last minute bids, and the bid end came through, and Beth, $25 is your choice. So please let us know which one or both that you are interested in, and we will get them set aside for you. The long feather, okay. I think long feather. I think you mean this one. I think you mean the Emmons. If I'm wrong about that, let me know. Oh, that's very sweet, Kim. But I'll tell you what. I know Brenda loves the Wedgwood, and I'll keep looking for more pieces for her, and we'll. So maybe you should just have this one as a gift, unless you two decide otherwise. Let me. Okay, Beth. It is the long Emmons piece. Let me just make a note of that, and then we'll go on and we'll show that Fostoria piece. Emmons. 25 for Beth Kuchera. Very good. And all right, let's see here. I am going to grab the Fostoria crown. Julie was asking about this. It is for sale. I will go ahead and make it our last lot here, actually. And we are going to start this at only $20. So $20. Oh, did she leave? Oh, shoot. After all that. Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to start the bid at $20 anyway. And so if anyone else is interested in this, $20 is the opening bid. This is Fostoria's crown pattern, and this is the Habsburg crown. This is a really deep cobalt blue color here that you can see in this. And it's got this great design. They did, I think, 4 different crowns in this. And this one is a nice tall piece. This one is 10 inches to the top of the finial. The lid is in perfect shape. They did these, George Secure was their designer. He did the Fostoria heirloom. He did a lot of the Art Deco lines. They wanted something that was very prestigious looking and still had a feel of modernism and yet was traditional, and this is what he came up with. And I think they're just great. Oh, and Julie is here. Oh, that's good. Well, Julie has bid $50 and is our current high bidder. And so this is great. I'm so glad that folks are interested. I think it's a beautiful piece. And here it is. And, oh, I'm sorry, Brenda. They were just talking about, Kim was offering you the Wedgwood box because she was buying it as a gift and all of that. But I told them that, if you two work that out, that's great. Otherwise, honestly, I will look for another Wedgwood box for you. So here is the crown piece I'm going to show you. There you really get a sense of the color and how deep it is. It's a really deep color. And there is the interior. We're going to call fair warning on this. Our high bid currently is Julie at $50. And so anyone else, this is your last chance to refresh, put in a last minute bid because we are going once. We are going twice. And we are gone, sold. And we are just going to wait for a minute to see if anyone else jumped in. But I think we have a winner here. And there's our bid in. And Julie, you got the piece. I'm so glad you asked because I had intended to put it in today's sale and we were running close on time. And I thought, well, maybe I'm going to run out of time on this. So I'm so glad you mentioned it. I'm going to do... I'm going to see if I can do one last thing here, and it's not going to be a jewelry piece per se. It's going to be something for those of you who collect jewelry that you can use. So here it is. And we're starting the bid on this little jewelry box at only $10. This will be our last item for the sale today. This little piece has some wonderful features. $10 opening bid. Now, this one is lined with felt. This is from about late 60s, early 70s. It's got design impressed on the top as well. We have Carol Bloom at $10 as our opening bid. Thank you, Carol. And it's got all its little feet. It's in good shape. The design is nice. Here's the nicest feature of all, I think. When you pull it out, the bottom drawer is your music box, and it plays Somewhere My Love, which I think was the love theme from Dr. Zhivago, if I remember right, in the 1960s. And it plays very nicely, which I think is great. We have Sharon Carter at $20 is our high bidder now. Now, this piece is not Italian. This was actually made in Japan. I just want to show you that. It was not just the Italians who did the gold accessories back in the day. There were American companies doing it. more in metal, and then Italian and Japanese companies doing it in wood. And the age on this box is going to be just about right around 1970, Sean, just to let you know. And if you tip it forward, the drawers work really great, like they're supposed to. There's no divisions in the drawers. They're just plain felt-lined regular drawers. And there's that music box in the back that you can see working away. As soon as you put this back in, it'll shut off the release. Anyhow, I think it's a very cute piece. I'm going to call fair warning on this. It is it was Lara's theme. Thank you, Julie. Okay, Lara's theme, and that was was that Love Story? I've got to get a little bit more up on my movie themes. I'm not a huge movie watcher, and so a lot of this stuff that everyone else knows I have to look up. Anyhow, we are at fair warning. Our high bidder is Sharon, and we are going once. We are going twice, and we are gone. Sold, bid end. It was Dr. Zhivago? Okay, very good. All right, well, I got part of it right. And so I'm just waiting. There's our bid end, and it looks like this is going to Carol Bloom. And thank you so much. I appreciate it. I appreciate all of you folks for stopping by. If you were a high bidder today, please send your information to me at theantiquenomad@gmail.com. I need your mailing address, and I need a little bit of information like how you want to pay, PayPal or Cash App or Venmo, all that good stuff. And so I am going to make a point that oh, wait. Sean is saying wait, and I think it's because I did something wrong. Okay, I had Sharon Carter as the, and I think I said Carol Bloom, but I meant Sharon Carter. I'm sorry, you are the high bidder on that last piece, and I will make sure it goes to the right person. So I think we got it right. Thank you, Sean. I appreciate that, and I appreciate so much all of your help, Sean, and all of you folks for joining us. Thank you so much. We're going to have the sale with Yvonne at 5 p.m. Eastern, which is just a few hours from now, All That Glows. And then we are also going to have I will have a sale tomorrow at noon here, and I will have a sale with Rosie's Auction House tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern. So we have a lot going on around here this week. Thank you so much for joining us. It's been really fun to have you, and I look forward to seeing you again later today.